say your name.
My name is Mahmoud Abumayyaleh. We want to extend our condolences to the George Floyd family, and we want to express our feelings about what transpired and led to the death of George Floyd. He was murdered and executed in cold blood, and thankfully so. It was recorded on video, and there needs to be some accountability by the police that were involved in this murder, and until justice is brought to the family of George Floyd, this outrage is not going to stop, and the police brutality and the racial injustice in this country has to be stopped. And we believe that until there's ethnic justice and justice, that there's not going to be an end to the uproar that's going on in this country.
Can you so how long has your family been in this community here?
We started in 1989. I was 5 years old. It's been my first ever and only job. We know people by first name. When we first opened up, the community welcomed us. We've always enjoyed being here. We've always known people, and they've always had our back. They've always respected us, and we respected them. And we know people that are now grandparents that when they began coming to our establishment, they were just kids or teenagers.
Okay. So you guys are rooted here in the community?
Absolutely.
I know it's probably a very touchy subject, but can you speak at all about why the police were called? Just to clear that up.
No, it's okay. We made a statement a couple days ago and clarified and gave some closure to the family. There was an acquaintance that was with George Floyd that presented a fake counterfeit bill before he did. That bill was actually acknowledged, and it was not taken from him, and it was given back to his acquaintance. The authorities were not called. He left our establishment, and about 15 minutes later, George Floyd presented a counterfeit bill to a different clerk, and it was accepted. And it wasn't until after George Floyd left the establishment until it was acknowledged as a fake counterfeit bill. And when the authorities were called, which I regret them being called, and I wish they would have never been called, George Floyd was not in the establishment.
Okay. So, what would you like people to know, and do you have any advice about all of the looting and the rioting that's happening? Can you share any thoughts about that? Any advice that you give to people about just staying safe or staying out the way or even engaging in that?
We're for protesting, and we're for voicing out your anger and voicing out your frustration, but we're not for looting, we're not for burning down buildings, and we're not for any kind of rioting. We stand against that.